guys, welcome to our Friday. Happy Saturday to you all if you're seeing it when it comes out. Before I get started, I do want to say that remember the first Saturday of every month I am doing the YouTube live just to chit chat, hang out, catch up with you all. So Saturday at noon, the first Saturday of every month, noon Eastern Standard Time, come and join me here on the channel for a live so that way we can chit chat and hang out and catch up with one another. We usually hang out for like an hour or so. If you want to set a reminder, YouTube usually will remind you. So if you subscribe and you tap the little bell icon, you should get the notification, but sometimes it doesn't always happen because YouTube can be a little funny. So we have that going on, which is super exciting. Tomorrow, when you should be seeing this, we have had kind of a crazy morning. So it is our Friday. We got up this morning. I almost got a video clip of it, but the baby was like asleep on top of me and I didn't want to move and mess her up. We have our bed over here kind of awkwardly in front of our closets, but we do it so we can watch the sunrise because we have a window there and a window right here that we get to see out of. And this morning it was like the most beautiful, like purplish, bluish, like gorgeous sunrise. It was so pretty. We totally enjoyed it. But then our day kind of took a turn. One of our like beloved chickens from our original chickens that we got, she passed away over the night. She's been sick for the past few weeks and we've been trying to do things to try to help her out. And it wasn't looking good. Yesterday, we kind of gave it our all and tried to help her out. And it seemed like she was looking a little bit better and we gave her lots and lots of snuggles. And then this morning, sure enough, she had passed away. So that was hard for all of us and especially the kids. So they dug a hole and we had a whole chicken funeral and the girls picked flowers and they said prayers and did all of the things. So that's been kind of part of our morning. So Daddy is off doing physical therapy now. He gets to do that every Friday. So we're praying that we start to see some kind of a difference for him throughout all of that. So today our Fridays are pretty relaxed, super unschool, let them kind of dig into whatever they want to. I do a lot of like cleaning and prepping for our weekend. Being in ministry and with church, weekend's very, very busy time for us. So I try to do all of these kind of like clean and prep things as we prepare for our weekend, which is really busy for us. And I did pretty good, I would say, this week with trying to stay away from wheat, dairy, and sugar as I am trying to get my diet in order and working with some supplements and things like that to do kind of like a hormone reset for myself because my body's having some issues. So working on all of the things, and I think I've done pretty well. And I'm also going to add into that because I'm feeling a lot better as things are going. I went to the chiropractor, had an adjustment. Things are kind of moving along now. I kind of feel a bit of that progress and going to add in one 24-hour fast each week. So believe in fasting. There's so much science behind it. It's absolutely fascinating. We've been doing intermittent fasting. I shared with you guys, we got a bit off just with life and things happening. And so I'm trying to ease kind of back into that now that my headaches and stuff, it feels like we're kind of getting a little control on these things. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and try one 24-hour fast and see how it goes. I've never done it. So I'll have to share with you guys either tomorrow or Monday on the vlog or something. Sorry, as I choke. So I'm doing from 1 p.m. today until 1 p.m. tomorrow, because that's when we should be about done with the live, and then I can break my fast. So that's what we've got going on here, but I figured today, since it's just a lot of like cleaning and working on stuff and not really anything exciting to share with anyone, I'll go ahead and do an update with my minimalist mom wardrobe, mom uniform, my 7 dresses for 7 days. So I shared a while back with you guys what I was planning to use as I was kind of switching out my closet from being my like fall winter clothes to being more of my like spring summer clothes. And I had a few things that I hadn't worn yet and hadn't worn for a while and just kind of trying them out to see what fits and what works and being flexible to make changes as need be. So now that I've been doing it for a few weeks and the weather today is really cold, so it gave me an opportunity. I got this sweater dress for $2 at the thrift store a couple weeks ago, and I washed it and I put it up, and I didn't think I'd have an opportunity to wear it. And then yesterday afternoon, out of nowhere, we got this like crazy cold front in, and it's freezing. So I said, cool, that means I can totally try out my cool sweater dress that I got that I'm pretty excited about. So that's what I'm doing today with this. After today, though, this will get washed and go up in the closet to go into my fall, winter wardrobe. But I really love these sleeves with the buttons. So I'm going to share with you guys, though, what I have for my spring minimalist mom wardrobe, capsule wardrobe, 7 dresses for 7 days. I shared the other day in the vlog that there were some of the dresses and some of the things that as I've been wearing them out of the original ones that I picked out to be my 7 dresses for 7 days, that they were just like too nice. And that's great. And that's amazing. And I love them. They're really some of my favorite dresses that I own. But the problem was I have a lot of projects I'm working on, a lot of gardening that needs really dirty jobs. And I don't mind wearing a dress to be out working in the yard and doing stuff like that. But I also didn't want to be wearing certain dresses that were really nice that I don't want to be just completely destroying. So then I was noticing I kept wearing the same couple dresses over and over and over again because they were ones I wasn't too concerned about being out, gardening and doing this stuff in. So that's where I said, you know what, let me maybe reevaluate a little bit and tweak a little bit here what's best. So I have left a slot open for my 7 dresses for 7 days. So every day of the week, I just have a dress I can wear. There are 6 dresses in that thing. And then for that 7th slot, I picked out 3 of my favorite dresses that I have been gifted, all of them. All 3 of them were gifts. And they're nicer and they will work a lot better, I think, for church, kind of like my Sunday best, right? So they'll be great for church on Sundays that I can rotate through, or even days if, we're doing other things and they still work out, I can wear them. But just with all the projects and things we have going on, work on the property we're trying to get done, this way I'm not constantly going back to, a couple few and not touching these. So I've got 6 dresses that are picked for my 7 dresses for 7 days. And then that 7th slot, there are 3 to rotate through that are more of that Sunday's best category. So I figured I would go ahead and share with you guys what the dresses are, so that way you guys can see what I have and share those things with you guys. And then things that are not dresses that I kept. So yes, very minimal. Here in this dresser behind me, I do have one drawer that has a handful of underwear, a pair of undergarment, hold in all my jiggle stuff pants. And then I've got, I have 2 bras. I've always had 1. I have 2 now. I got crazy this year, you guys, and I bought myself a $10 bra. So I have 2 bras and then a couple sports bras for sleeping in. And then I have 3 undershirt tank tops. Whenever I do wear shirts, I like to make sure I have things to wear underneath them. So I kept 3 of those, a couple pairs of socks. I'm a big flip-flop person. I am not usually in shoes that need socks, but I do keep a few just in case. I have kept I got myself 1 pair of jean shorts and 1 pair of jean legging type pants. And then I have kept a couple t-shirts for those rare instances that I do decide to go ahead and wear pants. The more I get back into wearing dresses, the more I realize that I don't want to wear pants because dresses are so much more comfortable. But I do have a couple pairs in there. And then I have 2 pairs of workout clothes. One is capri pants and the other one is shorts with a couple athletic tank tops to go with those. So I do have 2 workout outfits. And then I got 2 pairs of pajamas. So I got really frustrated with myself last year that my pajamas, they were always old shirts of my husband's and ratty old pants. And I got rid of all of them because I was I don't like any of this. So I have each season purchased 1 or 2 pairs of pajamas to have. And that way it's just a simple set. Nothing fancy, nothing expensive, but a simple set, but something that just feels a little bit cleaner and more put together. And I've really enjoyed that. So I do have 2 sets, more so being that I have a 2-year-old that still nurses at night. Things happen. Sometimes I need to be able to change my pajamas. That's not of my own doing. So having 2 pairs is kind of a big deal. So I have 2 pairs of pajamas as well. But that is it. That's all I have in my drawers. There's nothing else. And then I will share with you guys the dresses that I have hanging up in the closet. And yeah, this is it. Come summertime, when it gets really, really, really super hot out here, I will probably swap a couple of my dresses. So I do still have some dresses that were my favorite summer dresses last year that I have put away in the closet. So up in my closet on the top, I have a box of all of my like fall, winter, colder weather dresses that I had, and like my couple pairs of pajamas, a couple extra things in there. And then I've got a few things that summertime will probably get mixed in. So, and I've shared this before, but for any of you that are just kind of starting off and wanting to scale down and do this, I've never been a huge clothing person anyways. Honestly, my husband buys me more clothes than I buy for myself. So I've always been very simple in that right anyways. Okay. Baby had a little debacle. We're okay now. It's almost 1 o'clock, so I need to hurry up and finish my shake so I can go into my fasting hour or fasting window. Anyways, if you are new and you are like, oh my gosh, I'm overwhelmed by all of the clothes, all of the excess, keeping up with all of it, whatever your case may be. Joy Forney is another one, you guys. She's here on YouTube. She's on Instagram. I love her. She's amazing. But really, I would say like things that really helped me is pick a window of time, right? Like for me, even when I started, I was like, if I had 3 outfits that I could rotate through, like that's more than enough. It's not that big of a deal. Look at the things that you wear all of the time that are your normal go-to things anyways. You could even do this where you do all of your laundry, have everything of yours completely washed and clean, and then pick a set amount of days that you want to have clothes for. 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, 14 days, whatever your window of time is. And then don't do laundry for that amount of time. And then when that time's over, the things that are your favorite to pick and wear are going to be those things that you have chosen in that window of time. So at that point, right? So if you say, hey, I want to have a week's worth of clothes. Okay, so wash all your laundry, have everything clean, put away. Then for a week, get dressed like normal every day, use your normal stuff, but don't wash any of it. Keep it all like in a basket or off to the side. And then at the end of that week, you know the 7 things that are your go-to things that you would happily wear over and over again because they were your first pick out of everything you had in that designated time period. Everything else that's left then, go ahead, right? Take your basket from the 7 days worth of clothes, wash that so it can be clean and ready to go. Everything else in your dressers, in your closet, whatever you have, load it all up. You can either, pick if you have like colder weather things, if you live in an area where you've got the seasons, go ahead and pick, your top 10 outfits, favorite outfits or whatever to set aside for when the colder months get back, or however you need to do it. But everything else, go through it. Do I really need to keep this? Is it really worth having this? Or can I pass this on and let it be a blessing to someone else who could truly use it and truly need it? Remember, guys, we always want to be holding that mirror up in front of ourselves and saying, Lord, am I holding on to excess? Am I storing up my treasures here on earth, or am I focused on my treasures in heaven, right? So what is the reason for having so much excess? What is the reason for having so many clothes, so many shoes, so many, I don't know, whatever it is, right? What is your reason for that? And when you look at it scripturally, if you really had to give an account to the Lord today for why you're holding on so tightly to clothing, shoes, stuff, any of the worldly things, right? Could you give with confidence an answer to the Lord for that today? Or would he be giving you the look while you're sitting over there trying to say, but, all the sales, I just love stuff, but, right? Stop it and weigh those things and really look at them. I know that was a really important process for me of looking at that and going, why? Why do we have all of this? Why do we hold on to all of this? I have more. Having 7 different outfits is more than enough. I do a load of laundry every single day. So honestly, I could get away with 1 or 2 outfits probably. 2 just to be safe. So I'm not, having a laundry debacle if I get behind or something. But, look at those things. For me, all of my clothes have come mainly from thrift stores, if not hand-me-downs from friends. And there are 2 things that I did purchase from Walmart this year that I actually really love. But I'll share all that when I pull out what it is that I kept. So definitely stop and think about those things, what you have, why you have them. Even if you're not too sure, do that process, right? Where you pick however many days, use that stuff, wash it, everything else, just bag it up. bag it up, and then put it in the garage, in the basement, in a spare closet somewhere, right? Out of sight, out of mind. And then wait a few weeks, wait a month, see how many times in that period that you actually had to go back and access something out of that bag. A lot of the times when we don't see it before us and we don't have it, we go, wow, I really didn't need that, did I? So that's a great way to kind of work through the process and help you to realize, wow, you're right, that was all excess. I don't need all of that. I can get by just fine with this stuff. And it just makes life, nobody cares what you're wearing, number one. Nobody cares if you wore the same thing. Oh my, if you guys pulled up all of my videos and laid them out, I'm sure you could pinpoint the exact days that I wore everything, because it's the same few outfits rotating around and around and around. And guess what? It doesn't matter. Who cares? I could wear, when we had our business and we were crazy busy and doing all of the things, because that's another thing I hear. And they're like, oh, well, easy for you to say, you sit at home all the time. Like, who cares what you're doing? Okay, well, when I was like super girl boss running a very, very successful business of my own, out doing all of the meetings and all of the things and all of the client things, guess what I owned? I bought shirts with my company logo on it, and I had 3 of them, and I would rotate them. Every day I wore the same thing. Every day I wore a company shirt and a pair of pants. And then for my events that I had to go and work, I had 3 little black dresses that I rotated in between. That was it. That was my entire wardrobe, and it worked out just fine. And I made tons of money and was super successful in a worldly sense, and nobody cared that every time they saw me, I was in the same shirt, because it didn't matter. It's not that big of a deal. I think a lot of times we get kind of worked up in our own psyche and whatever, like middle school trauma we might have had or something, and we think that we just have to have all these things and we have to swap it out. We don't. We can scale down, we can minimize. It makes it super simple, super easy. So like I said, Joy Forney is a great one. Again, you're going to get a biblical approach from her. I love Sherry from Young House Love. She does the kind of mom uniform, mom wardrobe type thing, very, very minimal and simple. And guys, it's easy, to be honest. It's just easy. So that's what I love doing. If maybe this or some variation of this could be a blessing to you, then that's awesome. But let me go ahead and share with you guys the clothes that I have. Okay, so the things that I do get, I get normally, hey, what strikes my interest? What do I think looks good? I like things that usually come knee length or a little bit longer even. I am 5'7", so having stuff a little bit longer usually works better for me because stuff is always way too short on me. And then I asked my husband, hey, what do you think about this? So his opinion does count above everything in these things that I've picked. So yes, these are all things that I like. I feel they fit okay. I feel comfortable in them. Level of modesty and things of that nature. They work for the purpose. And then he's given them their approval. So the first 2 dresses for my pick here are actually new. These ones I bought at Walmart. It's hard because obviously the ethics and everything behind where our clothing in big box stores like that come from are awful and horrible. And I think that it is really important. I happened to walk by one day and I think it was just last week, and I saw this dress and it was $9.96. So for $10, and I said, let me try it, because again, I was just getting kind of frustrated that I'm like, I need like a couple dresses that are just, it's okay for me to get dirty in them, be out working in the yard, doing different things and just whatever. So I got one and I loved it. So then I went back and I was like, I'm going to get 1 or 2 more. Well, I usually just wear black is my go-to if I'm getting to pick, which shopping at thrift stores has been a great help for, because I have to choose from what's there versus getting to pick specifically which color and pattern and stuff that I like. So it helps me to open up a little bit more than I usually would. But they didn't have black. They didn't have the dark green, and so they had navy blue. And I said, well, that's close enough. But they're these. You can see them here. They are like knee-length little dresses. They are sleeveless, so on cooler days, I kept 3 little black cardigans. 2 are like shorter, like they're all a little bit different depending on the dress to fit with, but I have 3 little black cardigans of various sizes and shapes to keep with these. I love this black and white stripe one. You guys, they have pockets. So exciting. I was afraid when I saw it that they would be too clingy. And number one, I don't like the modesty issue when things are super clingy. And then number two, I've got jiggle and stuff that I don't want extra attention being brought to, if we're being honest. So I was kind of nervous about that. They really are a lot looser than I thought they were going to be. I was pleasantly surprised. And they're also this kind of stretchy material, which for me, I find is really, really great. And I feel like they didn't, because they're not just like pure cotton, also they didn't have so much shrinkage. So that was kind of a win-win. So I've got this black and white stripe one, and then I went ahead and got the navy one. I feel like these will definitely be really, really great kind of go-to dresses for me, just as far as the work I need to get done, doing stuff with the kids, whatever. It worked really well. I got these two because I got a little shift dress, which these are kind of shift dressy looking a little bit. They flare a little bit more, but I got a shift dress from Walmart last year. It was super cheap. It was one of those, again, that I didn't expect it to hold up, but not only did I wear it like crazy all last spring and summer, I wore it all through fall and winter, and it's still in my go-to dresses here. So yes, I got it from Walmart, but I'm reusing it over and over and over and over and over again. It's holding up really, really well. So these are dresses 1 and 2. And then the other Walmart dress, which also has pockets, you guys, was this one. It's just a big black, it kind of looks like a muumuu. On the camera, but it's just a big black dress. This one I did get in a size larger than I usually wear, so like these are mediums, but this one isn't a large just because I wanted it to be looser. I do have a slip that I wear under this one because it's a little see-through, but this again, it just comes past my knees, just a very plain Jane shift dress, great for me to be working and cleaning and doing all of the normal things in. So these are my very plain, basic dresses that I got. These are the lowest of any frill. The next one I have that's one of my shorter dresses is this one I got at a thrift store last year. It's got a little bit of a flare and a little bit of a swing bottom here. It's one of my husband's favorites. It's got a little bit of ruffle top on here. This one comes right above my knees, so it's a little bit shorter than I would like for it to be. But again, when you're really tall, you kind of get used to that just happening. But I love this dress. It's an Okato dress. I got it from a thrift store last year, and it's still holding up super duper well. So that one stayed in the rounds. It's got these cute little like swans on it. It's pretty sweet. So got that one. It's a little bit nicer. And then I got this one that I thought was just going to be in my summer mix, but I didn't really have any longer dresses. I did take out the long black maxi dress that I had that I shared in the first video earlier this year, because I noticed having these other ones, I didn't really want to wear that one. Which that maxi, the plain black maxi dress I had in the first video from this year, I've had for like 7 years or so. So it was about time to get a new maxi dress. So this was one I got from a thrift store. Nice and long, cute pattern. It's not black, so look at me branching out and putting in some color. And then I like the kind of racer back on it. So this is one that made the cut. There's one more to be my, let's see, one, yeah. So there's 5. I have one more that is my 6th dress. It's the dress I was wearing in yesterday's video. I got it from Roses, which we've never really gotten into much. I'd never heard of it before we lived here where we live, but it's like super discounted stuff. And I spent like $8.69 or something like that on it. So under $10. And I'll put a little clip of it after this so you guys can see it for those who missed it. And that one I like, it's like a linen feeling, I doubt it's real linen, but it's like a linen feeling texture, and it comes down below my knee. It's kind of like a midi type length, which I love. That's like my ideal length. And again, it wasn't black, it was a little bit lighter colored, so I'm trying to branch out of my comfort zone a little bit, but very simple. I really liked it. Yesterday I was doing a bunch of work and different things, and it was very, very comfortable in all of that. So those are my 6 dresses that are my kind of like run-of-the-mill during the week doing my normal stuff dresses. This one here is that other dress that I wore yesterday. Super duper cute. I really like it. Got a little wrinkly in the wash, but I will just take a flat iron straightener and kind of smooth those out, or I'll end up doing nothing and just wear it as is and it doesn't bother me. But super cute and for under $10 at Rose's. But then I kept 3 to be rotated through that are my Sunday best. So for church service on Sunday, for going out somewhere, or just a day when maybe I don't have as much work and projects that I'm doing, and so I can wear something a little bit nicer without, constant worry of it getting goofed up. These are my favorites. You guys know all of these. If you've been watching for a while because you've seen me wearing them, I love them. I love kind of that vintage style and look. It's been my all-time favorite since forever. But again, I didn't want to goof these up. So dress number 1 of that would be this beautiful plant dress. My friend gave me this. I love the ruffles on it. I love the plants. Come on, you guys know me. If it's got plants, I'm all about it. So I love this dress. It also has a really pretty back on it that V's down a little bit, and then the little black belt. So this is one that goes into the Sunday best category. And then we have this one that I was also gifted that I love. All the little ruffle and detail. Very vintage sweet. It's got a little bit of a swing skirt on it. This one goes into the Sunday best category. I've been wearing that one and it just feels so like vintage house dress type, and I love it. And then I feel like every day when my 2-year-old walks by me with grimy hands, I'm like, oh, please don't touch my dress. So maybe not the best to be wearing every single day. And then the other one, this is very summery, but I still pulled it in even though it's, excuse me, I have the hiccups now, even though it's more of a springtime one, is this vintage Hawaiian floral print dress, which I love as well. And it's got the little belt and swing on it, button up. And this one comes a little bit lower past my knees too, which I absolutely love. So all of these made it to my Sunday best category. So that way I can wear them every week and enjoy them, but not so much that I'm also destroying stuff that I really, really love, and I don't necessarily need to be out like gardening in it and cleaning and doing certain projects. So that is the update to my 7 dresses for 7 days. And then, like I said, I told you the few things that I have there in my closet. I'm getting away with doing all of this because this dress is going into, which you guys can see, this dress will be going up into the closet for when the fall comes, because I think we're actually going back to spring weather after today. But hopefully this can be an encouragement to you guys. I'd love hearing from you guys. Are you guys doing 7 dresses for 7 days? Are you needing to minimize your closet? Or do you have, whatever reason for having oodles and oodles of things? Hopefully this can serve you guys though. Come and join me at noon Eastern time for the Saturday YouTube live hangout chit chat. And then of course, Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern, come and join us on our Facebook group or the band app, which everything is linked down below. You can go get to all of it for church service. So my husband is going through the Gospel of Matthew, which has been super enjoyable. And then we also share a family study packet, so that way you and your family throughout the week can continue to dive into the scriptures deeper and deeper, looking at so much. I mean, especially in a gospel, there's so much to dive into. So hopefully that can be a blessing to you all. Otherwise, I'm going to go finish up doing my cleaning and kind of prepping for our weekend. And we will see you guys all back next Monday with a homemaker video. It's one I'm really excited to share, talking about the things in home that are frustrating. And then come Tuesday, you will start seeing our homeschool vlogs pop back up again in your feed. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for sticking around, and we'll see you all then. Bye guys.